And welcome to my new video. Today we discuss little bit further solving of one dimension wave equation. In my previous video you already watched how to solve the one dimension heat equation. We apply the same method for solving this one dimension wave equation, means we have to apply the variable separable method for solving this equation. It's my advice, if you want to learn this solution, first you watch that one dimension, how to solve one dimension heat equation, then one dimension wave equation. So you will repeat same process 2 times, and better you have to see how to solve variable separable equations also. So you can easily get the solution of this equation also, because same process, first we apply the variable separable method, after that we substitute these boundary and initial condition, and then at the end in the solution we will get the Fourier constant. If we find the value of that Fourier constant, we will get the solution of this equation. Here whatever the given, this is one dimension wave equation where x is between 0 to L and t is always greater than 0, where this A is the constant related to tension in vibrating string of length L having fixed end, having two fixed end. The boundary condition and initial condition are given there. At x is equal to 0 and at x is equal to L, value of function is 0. At t is equal to 0, value of function is fx. So now we start the solution. Step 1, first we apply the variable separable method. For variable separable, we have to consider that our function u x comma t is the function of x and t. So now I will give the solution. Let u x t is function of xx comma t. U x t is function of x and t. Now substitute the value of del 2u by del t square, del x square. So del 2u by del t square, differentiate partially with respect to t, x treating as constant, so we can write at that place t double dash t into xx equal to a square x double dash x into t. Partially differentiate with respect to x. Now separate the variable tt one side, xx one side. So when we separate, our equation becomes t double dash t upon tt dash, x goes this side, so this becomes x. Clear? Now both are the individual function because x and t are independent variable. So they are equal only when it is equal to any one constant. We can say that constant is c. Here a is also a constant. Now if we apply the boundary condition, that boundary condition is u given, value of function is 0. When we apply this in t equal to 0, we will get our equation becomes t dash 0 x x equal to 0. Clear? So when between 0 to L, so when this is 0, our x is 0, then we can say t dash equal to 0. T dash 0 equal to t dash 0 equal to 0. At t equal to 0. Clear? So this condition we can use again further when we have to derive the t dash x. Clear? Now next we go for the next condition, when u x comma 0 equal to fx, means its value equal to some function. So now we go for that. Before that we can use this part of this equation, we can solve it. So what it becomes, a square x double dash equal to cx. A square we can say go that side, x double dash x equal to c upon a square xx. X is with this because when we integrate, it is in direct integration form, integrate with respect to x. So this part when we integrate. Now we have to solve this equation, x double dash x minus c by a square x equal to 0. Rewrite it. Now here we can see this is second order linear higher order differential equation, means second order. Its solution given by complementary function plus particular integral. Particular integral right hand side is 0, so we can say 0. It's given by complementary function, means we have to find out, write its auxiliary equation and find out the roots of equation. If I say this is s square minus c by a square equal to 0, it gives s two roots s1 and s2. We say we have the two roots, one is s1, second is s2, because with this s square is equal to c by a square and square root of c by, means both roots are in opposite sign. s1 and s2 are equal but in opposite sign, same like that heat equation. So this given s1 equal to minus s2, or we can in next what we can do, we will write the solution in terms of complementary function. Roots are s1 and s2. So s2 at the place of s2 we replace minus of s1. So now I write xx equal to alpha of e to the power s1x plus beta of e to the power minus s1x. At the place of s2 we can write minus of s1. Next, when we apply the boundary condition x0 equal to 0 equal to xn, clear? In that case, when we apply x0 equal to 0 here, correct? Then e to the power 0, e to the power 0. So we will get e to the power 0 equal to 1. So we will get with this x0 alpha plus beta equal to 0. Means this we get alpha equal to minus beta. Clear? For this, when we apply x equal to L, so for x equal to L, 0, this side alpha e to the power s1L plus beta. Beta is minus of alpha, so I write minus of alpha e to the power minus s1L. So I can say alpha e to the power s1L minus e to the power minus s1L. Clear? With these two, beta is the negative sign of alpha. So if I say since this equal to 0, so two possibilities are there. Either this alpha equal to 0, then this value becomes 0, or this gives 0. So this times alpha gives 0 value. So if we say alpha equal to 0, then beta equal to also 0, our xx is given by 0. So no solution will be given. So we don't want that, is not our, that is trivial solution. So we go for the other existency, that e to the power s1L minus e to the power minus s1L is equal to 0. So this gives, if we go for this part, this gives e to the power s1L minus, so it becomes e to the power minus s1L. Clear? Am I right? So this gives e to the power s1L equal to e to the power minus s1L. So we can say from there s1 is equal to iota n pi by l. Clear? So with this, if I substitute e to the s1 equal to iota n pi by l, so we will get where n is not equal to 0. So with this we can find the value of s1. Next, if we have one equation that s1 square minus c by a square equal to 0. Clear? So with this, if I substitute s1 is here, we will find the value of c. So what is c? Value of the constant. Then our c is equal to a square, S1 is iota n pi by L square. So C by a square, I substitute here, then C equal to minus a square iota, because this iota square is minus 1. C square is because we write S1 square is equal to C by a square. A comes this side. So C is a square, S1 square. S1 square is iota square is minus 1. A square, n square, pi square upon L square. So now I have the value of root S1, because S2 is minus of S1. So I have this also. I have the value of constant also. So now we can use these values in our solution. So what is our solution? Solution is xx equal to alpha e to the power s1x plus beta e to the power minus s1. We substitute the value of everything. So alpha equal to minus beta, so alpha e to the power s1. S1 is iota n pi x by L. Clear? Then we can go for the second part, minus e to the power minus iota n pi x by L. Clear? When we combine this, it gives 2 times of iota, because this is e to the power iota theta minus e to the power minus iota theta by 2 is sine theta. Clear? So if we compare with this, this is no by 2. If I multiply 2 here and multiply 2 here, so what is my iota and theta? What is my theta? Theta is n pi x by L. So this is 2 alpha sine theta. Sine theta is n pi x by L. So iota theta. So I replace here, this equal to 2 alpha iota sine n pi x by L. Clear? This is the solution of x. Now I go for the solution of t. So next step, we will consider that t double dash t upon tt is equal to the constant. You keep this one place and then we go for the further t double dash t upon tt equal to constant. Clear? With this same, we will solve this. This is also second order, second order differential equation. Minus t equal to 0. It's s square minus c equal to 0. Clear? So roots are s equal to under root of plus minus c. Now if I want to find out the value of s square, what is s square minus c? C we already find, c is minus a square n square pi square by L square. I substitute c here. So c is equal to minus minus plus a square n square pi square upon L square equal to 0. Clear? So this value of c, which we previously find out, we can substitute here, because we will find out the value of that constant. That constant is equal for t function also, for x function also. So first we find out the c value with the help of x. Now we substitute here. So with the help of this, we can rewrite our this equation also, solution of this t and t equal to, because this is s square plus, so it goes that side, it gives negative value, it means it will give the imaginary roots. So for imaginary roots, we have to write the complementary function a1, or we can say alpha cos iota theta plus b1 sin iota theta, like that. You can see in the higher order how can write the complementary function for imaginary roots. So I can write alpha cos n pi a by L means constant times t plus beta sine n by a t by L. Clear? So this is our solution of t. Now we have both solution of x and solution of t. We will substitute the solution of x and t in our general solution. So first we put the boundary condition for here. Here in previous I can find out that t dash of 0 is equal to 0. We use this. We have one condition, t dash of 0 is equal to 0. So t dash of 0 equal to 0, it means if we one time find the partial differential derivative with respect to t and then put the 0, that gives c. Derivative of cos is sine, derivative of sine is cos. When we put t equal to 0, cos is sine, sine 0 is 0. So alpha goes beta, alpha is not available. With the help of this value equal to 0, beta also gives beta equal to 0. If beta equal to 0, it means alpha is equal to minus of beta. Next we have to tan t to the power n t is equal to alpha cos of n pi alpha t by L, because its higher order derivative gives 0. So next sine, then cos, then sine, then cos for n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now fundamental solution un x t is equal to x n x t n t. Substitute value of Tn is this, x we already find out the previous, and combine the coefficient alpha and alpha 0, or we can say alpha beta and all that. You should take this equal to alpha 0. So alpha 0 we combine. I should write the coefficient is an cos n pi alpha cos n pi a t by L sine n pi x by L. Clear? So this is our solution for n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where an is the constant. We combine the constant. Now for the general we can say uxt is equal to summation n going from 1 to infinity, this time this. Now we can see here our function. What is our last equation? Last boundary condition. Last boundary condition is ux comma 0 equal to fx at t is greater than 0. Clear? So this is our condition when we apply t equal to 0. So t equal to 0, cos 0 equal to 1. So our what is our fx? Fx is equal to summation n going from 1 to infinity an sine n pi x by L, because cos 0 is 1, so this goes 1. So fx, this side is equal to fx equal to summation n going from 1 to infinity an sine n pi x by L. This is none of other, it is Fourier constant. We can solve as a Fourier series constant and substitute the value of an. Here we will get the complete solution of this Fourier, one dimension heat equation. This is the more or less similar to the our one dimension heat equation. What is the solution of this an? This an I can give you the formula if you don't have Fourier series formula. So an is equal to 2 by L, this one. An is equal to 2 by L, summation going from pi, integration going from 0 to L, fx n pi x by L dx. Now in this formula you have to substitute the value whatever given in the function fx. Substitute here, solve this integral, find the value of an, substitute an here, you will get the solution of one dimension wave equation. Okay, that's it for today. Next we can solve some problem, some on wave and heat, one dimension wave and heat equation.